You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want: unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherland's calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa. So, hey, happy people, good evening, greetings on the Pan-African Daily TV. Yes, I mean, yesterday we were rudely interrupted, as I can say, rudely interrupted by the network. But I also think it actually was from either the panelists or from my own side. I didn't have any issues with that. So, but today we are live. We are live, and unfortunately, we can't get both guests like we ought to have had yesterday. But today we are very, very happy and excited to have Damien Prescod all the way. I mean, from the U.S., but a Trinidad or Tobago bond. They call it the TT, yes, the TT, the twin state, yeah, of the Caribbean islands of Trinidad and Tobago. So Damien is here with us in the studio, and he's going to be our correspondent for the whole month for AFCON, Africa Cup of Nations, as we all know, that it started on the 9th of January and is going to take place up to the 6th of February. And this is the first time in the last years, particularly due to COVID, the tournament or this mega event on the continent could not take place as was scheduled. But, you know, we saw some kind of, I don't know, some kind of political jungle there. And so AFCON is actually taking place for the 33rd edition and hosted in Cameroon's, yes, in the Republic of Cameroon. So we are going to be discussing a lot on AFCON and the diaspora voices. That's why we have Damien Prescod here in studio with us live to talk as an expert, as an entrepreneur, and a social activist and advocate, a Pan-African whose ideas are actually focusing on sports and athletes for the Africans worldwide. I mean, Damien thinks, you know, sport can actually boost up the economy if it actually its own national leagues, and these national leagues are going to produce entrepreneurs and become like an asset to the whole economy. Of course, we have seen these things happen, but you know, it is so crazy, people. That's why I want you to join in before we open up the conversation. I want all of you to join in. I hope you're watching me from the Pan-African Daily TV Facebook page. I mean, for the whole times now, it's been marginalized for one reason or the other, but right now we are live on it, and I'm sure Patrick Kasareem, that is the boss of the social media on Pan-African Daily TV, knows how to create and work things out there so perfectly, even on the YouTube channel. I mean, our social media expert is one of the best in the world. I tell you, if you want to grow your audience, or you want to get a quick follower, or you want to create a profile for yourself, there's no other two persons that you can think about. But you need to go through Pan-African Daily TV, because you need to be passionate about Africa. You need to be a Pan-African. You need to be so humble, and you need to man up or woman up, right, to be able to get to that access. So it's all about work for the continent and our people worldwide, right? And so the topic today is really, we're opening up a kind of a hype conversation, as I can say, because the one thing that we've been talking about on the Pan-African Daily, like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm going to address our kings and leaders on the continent to say, it is such a shame. Why you just on the rate, or it's ignorance? I just don't know. How can you ignore your diaspora? And then we wonder why the continent is not growing, it's not progressing, it's not developing. because you actually miss the point. The people that are supposed, your children, that you turn your backs on, thinking that China or the West would build the continent for you. It will never happen. It has never happened for 400 years, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. The day you would recognize your diaspora and the skills they have, the day you would even have an idea, the competence that they built other nations, right? That day you would recognize and understand the reason why we are broke and will continue to be broke. Who is that parent that gives away the child and turn his back on? Who? And expect to grow and expect to develop? That's Africa. Give away your own children and don't even care about them. This is Damien Prescod sitting here. He is young, he is smart, he's intelligent, and he has a solution that can transform the African continent into wealth that you're sitting on. But you know what? Do you even know him? Do you even know he exists? But Damien Prescod has made wealth for the community that he was raised in as an indigenous enslaved, right? But his heart is beating for the continent. He is yearning for his roots, and he sees the potential in talent in every aspect, particularly the young people, the athletes, the dance, the everything that we have. And Damien weeps from the bottom of his heart. He reached out to me last year and say, "Hey, this is the solution. Dr. Susan Tata, what can we do about it?" He has, and I followed up from newspapers to articles that have been talking a lot about him, about the engagement that he has put out there, build national community leagues that has been so successful, picked up, gather the street children, the homeless from the street, and gave them a beautiful future. Now, look at our own young people, talented, intelligent, and even academics. But what are they doing? Jobless and looking for pastures where it doesn't even exist, crossing the Mediterranean with all the risk, young women with babies in their hands. And you leaders sit and look and turn your back and you expect to grow. 2022 is that year that we're going to shame ourselves. Probably the war is going to be between the diaspora and the continent. We're not going to tolerate anything, and we're not going to keep blaming other people for our own problems when we have the solutions. When we have the Damien Prescod, you can multiply, triple them, multiply them into different categories. They're everywhere. Come and see what your diaspora is doing with its knowledge and its manpower, developing other economies while you're there begging the Chinese and giving them land for free. Anyway, that's going to be a topic for another day, right? As you see, I'm really charged up today because this is some of the mistakes. We know where our solutions are. And so sometimes when we sit here and talk, we're looking for seeking African solutions to African challenges. We know it. We're not seeking for any solutions. We have the solutions right here. But we deliberately refuse to see because of some kind of, I don't know. But the time is coming. We would have to go to war with ourselves. When the diaspora would come home to hold you accountable as their father's land, you would have to provide it to them, whether you like it or not, because they didn't fall from the skies. When they picked them up or you sold them or they were enslaved, as we all say, they had lands, their parents had properties. They didn't just fall from the heaven. And we're going to start that series. Where is my father's land? The diaspora will hold you accountable. That's going to be the real fight. Get ready for it. Okay. So I hope we are all settled. But today we want to talk about something very, very challenging, opportunities that we can see through our AFCON. And we see the mobilization of countries getting in one spot. But the question still remains, who are the sponsors? What is the idea about? What is the way forward? We already start hearing press release how Cameroon is crying foul because of lack of attendance and participation and whatever the case is. Exactly, that's the point. If you only would have looked into your diaspora and picked just a Damien Prescod, your solutions would not have been the case today, isn't it? So your solutions are right here. Damien, welcome to the show.
I'm Susan, and pleasant good day, everybody. And thank you, Susan. Thank you for having me. All right, Susan, well said. Because we're looking for the solution outside when the solution is actually on the inside. And I think in going forward is just being strategic, and we got to come together. So it's starting from communities and it's just going outwards. So in gathering information, we're supposed to share our knowledge with each other and not just the whole team. So we are our brother's keeper. And sports tourism is the way to go. And African football have strived for so many years with getting good players and big names actually making big money off of these guys, when these guys should really at least give back something to the community. And giving back something for the community is not just coming and say, okay, it's charitable and we give something. You can stay right home and play for your community and for your country. So the situation comes back down to whether we want to do it as Africans on the continent, or we just want to just glorify like Barcelona, PSG, and these things. When have the, as I say, Messi's and all these great talent right here in Africa. So the first thing is, as we say, is just in building our network. Because building our network is well building. Because the Bible talk about where the twos and the trees are God in its midst. So in everything what we're doing is a team effort. We can't leave out each other. So we're doing it together. So sports tourism come to branding. It comes down to so many different things. The intricacies that we will take for granted is actually the way forward. Building a brand, building a club, building the players, because the players can be marketable. The players, I don't want to use the word chicken parts, but it's so much money and wealth. You can say to his head, to his eyes, to his shoes, to his sneakers. All that is money coming in, because I just call it a name. I ain't saying it would be Rolex watch, or it could be a Nike hat, well, wherever manufacturer, you understand, an African company is willing to invest in the players and invest in getting their brand out. You have the players right there, you have the great Messi's right there who can take your brand international. So going forward, we just need our brothers and sisters on board with us and going forward to make this thing happen.
Thank you very much, Damien. I mean, I was just following up a couple of articles, and I took some notes. First of all, let me just welcome my community that has been here. I see Cheryl. Thank you so much, Johnny. You're already gathered on board. Of course, you know what? We're not going anywhere so soon. Don't worry. If anything would happen with the technique, just remember we are here and we're here to stay. Okay, so don't go. I know that you're watching on Facebook. I know that you're watching on YouTube, and we're so grateful to have you here tonight. All right, Damien, I followed you up. I mean, ever since you talked about your vision for a national community lake for Africa, which is something that is not just only about producing this kind of, what do I want to say, this kind of field to reach, but actually going from the roots. Could you explain that vision again?
All right. Well, I believe we have a sustainable league where is the people investing in themselves. So we don't really need the big brands and the community. Is actually people figure, hey, if I have to invest team, I have to be a millionaire or whatnot. Sometimes just a dollar will be enough in going forward. You understand what I'm saying? So if 1 billion people put a dollar, it's 1 billion. And Africa is 1 point something billion people on the continent. And we got to stop looking at Africa as separate. We have like Cameroon, Zimbabwe, Nigeria. It's supposed to be the United States of Africa, where is states. So if we are with brothers keeper, all of us supposed to come together and actually contribute. Can this thing happen? Come league, with small businesses actually partnering with the teams and the franchise and going forward will make a huge difference. And when you have the community football league now you'll be able to roll things over where the best of the best can represent each community and then play against states. And I call it states instead of calling Cameroon, Zimbabwe, and so forth. And that is the mindset we need to have. You understand? With the community football league, we'll be able to invest in ourselves. And because of the economic status, the team, when you have great players, great put international, so you will get the investors to come in. You understand? Because people like to see beautiful things. So if you have good footballers, which African always produce good footballers. Africa never fought. So even in the World Cup, people will ask themselves, how come Africa have good footballers and they never won a World Cup? And there's so many things that contribute to that, because we are broken people. We went through so much. You understand? We were sent to slavery. We were sacrificed. They asked us to sacrifice so much. So we give so much of ourselves, and return we get nothing. So I think the problem is just us coming together and just loving each other and just making this happen and saying we can do it now. All the talk it's come like a waste of time. Just keep talking and talking. We just put into our plan now. And for Superman to come and save us, Superman ain't gonna come. We have to do it. We are the Supermans of ourselves.
Mm-hmm. You spoke to the, I don't know which newspaper that I think news agency in Trinidad, Tobago.
Yeah, the news did. Yeah.
Yes, and you gave them a solution that sport tourism would boost the economy, and I think that was way back, and they actually paid attention to it. And what was the outcome? I mean, like you said, if the community will work together with the government and produce this kind of national league, that would boost up the economy, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, because sports tourism is growing, as they say, all over the world. Sports is a multi-billion-dollar empire. It's just we can on, and the government could be a contributor of investing in the sports, different way, strategic way, because in Trinidad and Tobago, and I believe in other countries also, if I'm a doctor, I just qualified, and the government have spent X amount of money on me to become a doctor. It's about give back. So if I become a football player and the government has invested their time, energy, effort, and money into me, instead of going to Europe and play football, the government will make a percentage off of me, and another child in the community. So it's all about looking at other ways and of bringing in money and live stream. You understand?
It's unfortunate. This is actually what happened.
Would be
You're breaking.
The players will carry their own weight, because I believe the best investment to make is in a human being. You will say, I'll invest in a car and in a building, but a human being, best investment to make. And until we start to look at that, because
Damien, can you hear me?
Building.
Damien, can you hear me?
So many.
Can you hear me? Damien, hello? All right, I think this is exactly what happened yesterday. You know, both guests were frozen and they kicked out our
Yeah,
own
Susan.
our own technique out. Yes, because you were phrasing. Could you hear me? Mm? Okay. Whatever, we are not we are not scared of any of these issues. Please just be patient here. Damien is actually
Mhm.
bringing a diaspora solution to the
Yeah,
continent.
I
And like I
realize we
said,
kind of breaking up a bit.
yes, and like I said before, the solution to Africa's success
Yeah,
lies
you
in
hear me,
its
Susan?
children. I hear you, but you're breaking, you're freezing.
Susan,
I
you
hear
hear
you,
me?
Damien. I hear you perfectly. Even the audience is hearing you. But you are breaking and you're just freezing. And we can hear your complete statement, particularly the big vision that you have for Africa. It's so nice, but we can hear it keeps breaking. Yeah, I know, Hazel, Eugene. This is so sickening. You don't want to believe this. And I hope we're going to get this thing sorted out as soon as possible, right? But I think it has to do with his internet connection. It's not really like just YouTube all the time.
Yeah, hello,
I
Susan.
think, yes, your network. How strong is your network? Your internet connection, Damien? I mean, Damien is in the United States. I mean, from Trinidad, Tobago. They shouldn't be having any internet connection, isn't it? So something actually is fishy around the area. I mean, we could understand the journalist from Cameroon yesterday, and I keep thinking, and he had to change, switch, computer to computer, from
Susan,
iPhone to Android,
you hear
and
me?
and others, and it was the same thing that also happened with Damien. So something is freaky crazy on this YouTube, and
Hello?
particularly when we're talking about AFCON. Yes. Anyways, Tuku Pamoja, we're all together. Kofi, thank you and welcome. Japris, yes, thank you for being here. Hazel, Eugene, thank you. Sherry, my queen, the biggest sponsor now on the Pan African Daily. And Cheryl, let's
I've
talk
just
about
heard you
it.
there.
Yes, right?
You hearing me?
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, we all regret. I mean, Iya is sitting on the technique this evening, and he's just been making his face. That's why you see me turn my
I'm
eyes
hearing
on
you
camera.
now.
Do you want to connect? Do you want to reconnect again, Damien, if you can hear me? Because it's actually like we're not going to sit here all the time and put our heads all the time on the head, carry our hands all the time, and like, wow, we don't even know what is going to happen if he's going to connect again, if it's not. And we were
Mhm.
having a warm conversation here. And the biggest thing that is so interesting
Yeah.
about this conversation are the
Yeah, I'm
diaspora
hearing you.
solution for Africa. When Africa doesn't even give it, they're not even listening. And they will keep making the same mistakes until they recognize their diaspora, their children that are abandoned, like the prodigal children, until you will understand and you would acknowledge and you would come for your children and you will pay reparation by giving them their father's land, then you would succeed. I say it. You can quote me anywhere, like the transition of Queen Zinga. Go ahead and say it until you will recognize your diaspora, like Professor James Small
Definitely.
said, and offer a sanctuary for them. We would continue to be who we are. Of course, we are pioneers to say we need to be together, we need to work together, we need to heal, we need to love one another. With who? That is the question. With who? If we finish the healing, doing the healing, and bringing the vibes and bringing the skills, and like you all sitting there and talking about, oh, the diaspora has to come home and bring skills and invest on what? You need to first start by addressing the lands of their ancestors, of their parents, so that you all stole and sat on it. Honestly, this is going to be another conversation in the days to come.
Freezing, yeah.
Like I said, the main topic is going to be, where is my
Yeah,
father's land? And we
so
definitely
yeah,
would.
I saw that. It's sticking.
Are you hearing? It's a football conversation today. And you see the spirit. That's not us. I told you already the other day, football is not our thing. This kind of one that is taking place on the continent, no. Where they want to cover up every lies. And who are the sponsors? The very people that we're asking, and
Yeah.
we're here jubilating and dancing and wearing colorful costumes and dancing what? It's not going to function. Africa, you have to be truthful. And I mean, it's just the justice.
Yeah.
The spirit of Ma'at is going to hold all of us in our neck until we get it right with ourselves. Sometimes when we keep talking about, oh, white supremacy, maybe we should start talking about black supremacists. That is who we should be talking about. Parents, leaders who abandon their own, turn their backs on them, ignore them, and you expect to succeed. And you expect to call the Chinese your own. You expect to call the West your own and call it a global thing. Go to China and see how they treat you, whether they even care who you are. Damien, it's so unfortunate. I don't know. It keeps tripping. It keeps breaking. You keep freezing. We just see your beautiful, nice face, handsome, but you're freezing. We don't hear any words again from you. But I'd like you to just stay on camera. Damien?
Yeah, my network is, yeah.
All right. But you all are a witness of me that Damien was here, and Damien is doing everything possible to actually produce this show with us tonight. But unfortunately, something keeps happening. We don't know. It all started even yesterday when we could not go live, and it's happening again tonight. So I don't know if we have to stop this conversation, take Damien out, and we continue. Um, no, him. We're just trying to switch and see what will happen. Come, my necklace is falling off. His screen is blacked out, as we can see. Yeah, I get your message,
Yeah.
Damien, that it's that you
Yeah,
are
you hear me now,
breaking. Yes, I've
Susan?
been saying it. Sorry? Oh my God. Damien, is it possible for you to sign out and sign in again? If you can hear me. Yeah, I know we see him, but the problem is he's breaking. We cannot hear him. Damien, you need to sign out and sign in again. It's unfortunate I had to put him out. Can you hear me? It's like nobody's hearing me again. Can you hear me? Let me get a sound if you can hear me, because I don't get any sound to myself. Are you hearing me, Cheryl? Hmm? Can someone hear me out there? Okay, all right. Thank you so very much. We just were obliged to send Damien out because it was just like not working the way we wanted. Who wants to join us on this conversation? I could just mail the link to you and you join us in studio. While we're waiting for anyone that would solicitate to join us in studio, Johnny Boy, Cheryl, all of you, Lionheart, I see so many of you here. If you want, please, African spiritualists, you want to join me in studio? Anybody? I just sent the link to your WhatsApp group and you click, and we're here to continue this conversation. Because tonight, as I was saying, and we were still going to get into that aspect of AFCON and the diaspora and why the continent is not really functioning. Even if we put all kind of costumes and dance and celebrate in Cameroon, we all know, particularly even the host country, what is taking place there. And then we look at around the whole continent. Isn't it time that we just shut down sometimes, fix our things, and before we move? When are we going to stop this? Try to move, we are sick. Let's accept that. It is not happening. It is not going to happen anytime soon. Deal with the issues and before we move ahead. Today is this one, tomorrow is this one. You just want to cover up everything. It's not going to work. Put up everything, opening ceremonies, dance to anthems, or whatever. Truth is truth. And until we stand up to the truth, you have not reconciled with your children in the diaspora where the skills are, where the sponsors are, where the money is. Okay. They're using these monies to build other economies, other leaguers, other champion leagues. I mean, when UK or Germany league is playing, who are the ones watching the most? Who? Africans. And you can build even your own. How can you even build it when you don't recognize, when you keep covering up everything, right? And yes, we are this, we are this. It will not work. This is 2022. This is the decade for truth and action. You better stop playing all those games. Sit on the table. Recognize your diaspora. They kill them every day. None of you, for no single reason, has ever opted up. Wars on the continent, genocide here and there, and you just want to put up a show. For who? We need to come on the table. We need to fix these things, and the solutions will be there. Look at our young people dying in the oceans. Nobody's saying anything. Look at them being chased out in every country, toasted around the world in China. They call rats, right? You all saw it. What did you do? And now we talk about even AFCON, and we see all this small amount of, call them how many? I don't even know whether they're 200 or how many players on the whole continent. And that is so filthily rich. Most of them are not even playing in Africa. They're playing in Western League where they earn their money. And if you want to bring that money on the continent to develop, you can't cover up all these things. Sometimes, like I said, the war would even be between us, the diaspora, and the continent. That's the war we would fight. When the children will come back to ask for what is theirs, the lands of their fathers that you stole and sat on it, and now want to do business with them. You want to start selling land to your own children. Where is the land of their fathers and their mothers? Where is their possession? We all know we are queens and kings, and we know the traditional rules if we say we are. But the queendoms of Africa would start speaking right. And we would question all these things. Where is the land of their parents? Nobody ever talked about that. They need citizenship. They need to contribute. They're bringing solutions to the continent. Are they foreigners? I keep asking all the time. You don't even recognize your own. And we put all borrow ups every time. No, Pan-African Daily TV, exactly. We're going to address these issues. And you know what? We really will be doing some programs. Maybe you could understand the impact of your diaspora in building other nations. Because sometimes we've been doing, oh, diaspora come home, let us go and build more the land and this and this. But when the diaspora comes home, what do you pay them back? They need to come and buy land. Some diasporans have become business people, take land from others and want to sell to their own brothers and sisters in the diaspora for exorbitant amount. Where is all the saints leading us to? And we want to heal without reconciling, without testimony, without confessing, and we want to move ahead. And we keep saying, oh, they divided. I had a very hectic conversation last night with Dr. Sumtende. And Dr. Sumtende told me, oh, no, Dr. Susan, you know, you cannot just say that. You cannot just blame our fathers because they were at gunpoint. What? 400 years. They are still at gunpoint? No, come on. Let's be honest. Let's be serious. We are not going to sit here and ping pong all those things all the time. We're not going to sit here. We have girls to raise. We have boys to raise to become men and champion. And we sit here every time and we want to politicize and we want to say, oh, no, it's white supremacy. It's black supremacy. That's the agenda we're going to be dealing with this time. Like I said, the war is going to be us, the diaspora, and the continent. That's where the real thing is going to happen. Stop all this distraction. Oh, they did this to us. Yes, they did it. 400 years. You can stand on your feet. You're still taking loans all left and right when your diaspora is so rich. Oh, please, just give a call to Sherry. Just give a call to Tyler Perry's. He's going to sponsor the whole of AFCON. Just a call. Recognize your sons and daughters that are doing it. Call them home. But I say, we are coming. There's nothing like buying any land. We keep saying it. How many times are we going to say it? Your children, which country on this earth? Look at what China did. We're talking about China all the time. Do you know how many years China just picked up? Who did they look out for? Was their diaspora. They recognized them. Today we see Ethiopia in crisis. And now Ethiopia, they suddenly realize, oh, you know what? Homecoming for all Ethiopians. And they put the red carpet. You know, so we're expecting that the government of Ethiopia is going to be saying, oh, you know, yes, we're coming. Where are we going to? And you start selling them land? What is wrong? No. The queens are rising. Mothers of the nations are rising because it's enough. Our girls are bleeding. Not even sanitary pad. They can't go to school in rural areas. The boys, the same thing, on the streets. And you push them to the diaspora to die in Libya and every other places. And you sit on the throne and call yourself kings. And we call ourselves we're a great nation. What happened to us? What happened? Someone just came into your house and just slap you and just take your own. And for 400 years, and you never look back to find out where they are. And they keep talking and talking and you give them names. And you call them Sit Nation. Sit Nation of what country? What continent? You have answers. And you cannot run away from that truth. We will not run away from it. We will not run away from it. No. We will not run away from that truth. You know why? Because yes, our ancestors keep pushing us to say it the way it is. Have you seen me coming here to read any news to you? I'm just here for us to discuss, and it hasn't even gone into the middle of AFCON. It's not even in the middle. They just played the 1 week, and it's going to take up to the 6th of February. Let's see what is going to happen. Some countries are going to start getting bankrupt. We already saw the president of some countries say, oh, you know what? If you go and don't bring the African Cup of Nations, you are going to pay for all our investments. And they will not bring it. Nothing is going to function. We can all celebrate and pretend until we recognize where the solution is. Our abandoned children, turn our backs on them and don't even know them. And the children are begging you to come home to help, support, build continent. And when they come home, how do you treat them? We'll have to deal on that issues anyway. No. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ja Praise, you say yes, up, up. I feel that now. I think this is the time. Pan-African Daily TV is just 2 years old, as you know, not even up to 2 years. And we've been doing this research, a very small, passionate team together with you, this family. And we've been looking into conversations, holding more than 1,000 conversations. Go to our YouTube channel and look at us and look at what we have achieved. Just even Google us and see what Google is telling about us. We're the youngest, but we've been able to dissect. We've given ear. We've listened to everyone here. Your biggest professors are in the diaspora. Who knows where the game is? Who has the solutions? You deliberately refuse to recognize them. Your historians have spoken up till their later days. They started. Look at the Professor James, the Dr. John Henry Clarks. Look at all of them. Look at Dr. Jeffries. Most of them have gone gray as revolutionary fighters. You don't pay attention. You don't even know them. They know the continent that you're sitting on more than you. They have the solutions. And you turn a deaf ear and you expect to succeed and you expect to develop. Strangers will feed on you until you recognize where the solution is. Why are we looking for solutions? We have gone through the whole 3 weeks. We sat in a team and we went one after the other. And we looked at all the conversations that we've hosted, and it is viral and it gets to your office, and you know us so well. We're not hiding. We are not working for any person. Nobody sponsors us because nobody's enough to sponsor us because we are okay. Cherry comes here, give us our $50, $100. Johnny Boy, even without having a job, sends money from Africa, Western Union, every month to Pan-African Daily TV. Young guys mothers, parents, children who don't even have, they call every day, Pan-African Daily TV, how can we support you? They give us awards, they recognize us. We didn't go to buy anything or play any champion leagues to get it because we are bleeding for ourselves. But some junks and some black, like I said, black supremacists sit on it to kill their very own. It's not going to work. You would leave that land. You would give the children's land back. Like Sonny Okoson said, where is my father's land? Who owns my father's land? And now when they come back, you call them the year of the returnee. You brand them as products, as goods. Make publicity on them. And which country is even taking more than who? That's the reason. That's the bait. We are like a collateral for the Western government to our own government. Africans are beginning to see it and they realize it. We're like collaterals, right? The more heads that come out in through the Atlantic Ocean, that's how they bait us. Okay, you know what? Your diaspora is here, 20,000, 30,000, and they're working money and paying taxes and building our economies. We're collateral. Since 400 years. That's why they don't care. What do you want us to say? This is what we took from the analysis, from all the critics, from all the comments, from all the followers of Pan-African Daily TV fans. Every one of them is saying the same thing. Even the young brothers and the sisters on the continent, they're the ones that are opening up their hands and say, please come home. We need you. We need our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. And I'm so thankful and I'm grateful for you, dear followers of Pan-African Daily TV. Just the name alone, Pan-African Daily TV. You already know where the revolution is, isn't it? You know the ancestors that have gone ages for this word, Pan-Africanism. You know the spirit. And most of us have been here again, and we're still here for one single thing, one single lie. and you're not able to stand up to it. It is time. We're going to start that conversation. Now it's 2022. I already told you, it's the action time. Yes, we can talk like we're saying. Damien was just here giving you strategic solutions. These are things that have worked. We are here. These are things that have worked. And you just give us up like that. And I like one brother who said yes, and they keep telling us, oh, come home. No, we're not coming because they just want our money. They don't even want us. I do agree. In as much as I'm a mother of the nation, I'm a queen zinger. I'm a queen, anything that you want to talk about. In every form that you want to put all our transitions, we are. We do hear you. It's not like we want to politic anything. It's a fact. In 2022, we are being warned to just speak the truth and stand on the truth. It's about us. Let's stop all these distractions. Oh, they did this to us. Oh, no, we need psychological this. Oh, we need nothing. Our own. Our own. When they stretch out their hands and bless us, everything is gone. I mean, for once in a while, at least we had even a voice, King Bongane. He's trying. He's saying, we are sorry. Let me just appease on the behalf. Right? But that's not enough. The queens have to rise up, mothers of the nation, and question your children. The leaders, the kings are your children. And until we begin to wear that seat and sit up as mothers and question these things, because we know where the pains are, when we push out after 9 months, when we create that life within 9 months, it was a creation. We spoke to them. We fed them. We bread on them. We blessed them. And when they came out, we raised them. We breastfeed them. They won't tell us anything less until we compromise also. Until they've sat on our brains. Not business as usual. Okay? We have to sit up. Exploring us, being us again. Paul Brown. Thank you, Kofi. You say, Paul Brown, you and Johnny can join our beautiful Susan live here. Yes. If you want, anyone that wants to join me in the studio, there's an offer for today. And that's how we're moving. We're not just going to get every voice matters. I know, okay, I follow some of your voices in the chat. Unfortunately, I can see you that are watching me on Facebook page, but I know that you are because I can only connect to one source today. All right. But you know what? I said it on Friday. No, on Thursday, yes. We're going to draw the line, the battle line. And when we draw a battle line, they're going to be alternatives. So we would sit here and hold the daily conversations with Dr. Susan Tata, but we're going to get special sessions. We want to assess ourselves. Who is ready? Who is ready? So very soon we'll be opening up a subscription on our channel, not just the YouTube channel. Membership has been offered to us a couple of times here. We say no. Kind of membership when they can give us today and we produce content and after you say something that is not pleasing to them and they just shut you down and we lose everybody here. No. You all would have to relocate and subscribe to the Pan-African Daily TV website. And a subscription is from $1, one in every currency. It is not about, yes, of course, it's about the money, but it's about the commitment, the engagement. And this is what I told you last year. If we get 1 million, we deliver. Million subscribers are not million people that are following the conversations. We want serious people that we're going to do trainings on how we need to collect back our lands. No diaspora. You go and buy your land at home. That is your that I'm not stopping anybody to do that. But for me, the Pan-African Daily TV and the dream of our ancestors, it is our continent. And when we were enslaved, our parents had lands, our fathers. It is the African tradition. And they know it so well. Why it's not working? You know what? If you take the land of your brother's son, you will never succeed. We grew up in the village and we know these traditions and these customs. We know it. A child whose uncle took the land of the father, and you will always hear it, give the child's land back. That's what they just did. Send us into slavery, own the land, begin to make business with it, with orders. Is Damien back? Is it possible that Damien is back? Damien, can
Susan,
you hear me?
yeah, I'm hearing you. You hearing me, Susan?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Thank you for being back. I was just sitting in and trying
yeah,
to warm up my people and tell them to be ready for the battle. We're
all right.
going to war with the continent, and
Yeah,
we should be
definitely.
ready for that. Yes, go ahead, Damien.
Yeah. So I think is we have a unique situation here, and I believe that sports could be a way to actually promote tourism, and actually in an economical way, it could actually finance a lot of things, a lot of projects. So you
Mhm.
can start off through sports, you can go into many things, numerous things, and it will be a crime preventative measures also, because at-risk youths will have something to fall back on, and instead of going on the block and selling drugs or killing and shooting and all these things, because sports is a way of life and it's a way out to take guys
Mhm.
out of the ghetto. And I was listening to what you say, Susan, and it's very important that we must unite, we must come together, because this is not one person can do it, and it will take the smallest person. It might take just a 25 cent, just a dollar, and it's just about making it happen. And it's enough to occur. We're talking for this for a while now, if you understand what I'm saying. Before us, people been talking, come after us, they're still talking. So we just have to make that effort and just do it without any thinking anymore. Because actually we don't know, if we put our investment in ourselves, we will get the benefit that we're looking for. It come like you're investing in your house, in your home. If you have money, you have to pay some bills, you'll have to put money in the gas, and all these things will keep the house running. So if we want to keep the house running, we must put out. You understand? And to make money, you got to spend money. There's no two way about it. And I think Africa is the place where football, all sports can actually strive, because we have good players, and we just need to diversify. And sports tourism will be a way to take us out and going forward. And we can build like beautiful homes, we can build like stadiums, just like the Theatre of Dreams, Manchester United. We can have our Theatre of Dreams right in Nigeria, right in Cameroon, right in Gambia. Because once we have the team, we must have a home for the team. And that's where the business sides come in. And you'll be able to employ people within the community, because who have to sell the hot dogs, who have to sell the drinks, will have to create, you'll have to do it in a right way, a formal way, and signing up as a fan. You understand? And this is where the togetherness comes in. Because if we have a team within the community, we must sign up under, I just call it the word fandom. So if we sign up as under the word fandom, which is you are a fan, you will have first preference to go there to sell your drinks, sell your hot dogs. You will get the contract to cut the grass and so forth. So it's teaching you to be young entrepreneurs, old entrepreneurs, however old you are, young you are, it will help you to kickstart your own business. And you're investing in yourself and your community. So, and the best investment I say to make is in a human being, and to start with your community and then going forward.
Can you just give us a action plan? I mean, it's a good, correct vision, as we know. I mean, not just in sport, in everything. Okay, but we're focusing on sport and the opportunities for sport tourism on the continent. What is the action plan? How could it look like?
All right. Well, the bigger picture, and I'll make a little broad strokes for now until we will go a little more in depth later on. But as I say, the sports and sports tourism, it goes hand in hand. And the action plan is actually from building from the community, building from the at-risk youths, from the normal person. So it teaches a sense of pride. So in picking the teams will be had, you understand? And we letting the community will have a say in picking the teams. So once the community feel like they are part of it, the coach, of course, will have the final say. You understand what I'm saying? But the community will have a broader, and let me say in a nutshell, the community will own a percentage of the team. So the community being a part of the team, then it will bring back a sense of pride. Wherever money goes into the team, you will get a percentage on the team. And in going forward, you have like the branding, and that's where the small businesses comes in, from the uniforms to the trinkets to all these things. And these things are so easy to be done. Because even Bitcoin, you can actually pay players through Bitcoin. You invest. If you have the opportunity, a good friend and as Truman Flanders is his name, and we've been working on it for a while now. And if you had the choice to invest in LeBron James before he become LeBron or Michael Jordan, would you have do it? And the whole answer is yes, you would have. So there are a lot of LeBrons, there are a lot of Messis and so forth, and these guys and walking around. So you'll have the opportunity in investing in these players before they become actual players. Household names, I should say. So we have the strategic formula to unveil it, and we just looking to partner with people to get into the communities, because we're even looking at the huge brand. We're just looking at the people right now. So just to form that togetherness and in going forward.
Damien, this sounds so good, and I know we all are here.
Yeah.
So, for instance, you need an individual for each. For instance, let's just say me. I want to be a franchise on board.
Yeah.
I'm a partner, and so I need to build my team. For instance, in Cameroon, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then we have Kofi here. He has to build a team for Ghana, or Johnny Boy. We have Cheryl here, has to build
Yeah.
a team for US. And that, I mean, we can invest, all of us.
Yeah.
And we're not going to look for anybody. We can get the 54 countries and the diaspora. I mean, honestly, and we can start it. How much do we need? If I want to get a team, what do you expect of me, for instance?
All right. Well, if you have to get a team, and that's what I'm saying. When you go back to the community, because people think, all right, if I have to, like, what's his name? One of the footballers, I forget his name right now, and he was saying, listen, all the African footballers who become pro, or the guys who have retired, they need to come and put money. But people think it will cost $1 billion or $1 trillion. It starts with just $1. It starts with 50 cents within the community. And if you want to make that, how to put it, you want to actually invest in your community, that will not be something harder out of your reach, because you just have to start with $1. And I'm telling you, when you start with $1, the rest is gravy. And I will show you, it will just catch on like wildfire. So it's just, we calling on the people in the community, from the diaspora and all over. We just need to start, and we just need to start by whatever little you have. Do not think that, hey, you need $1 million to start. And that's what the problem is. And that's why we are not getting anywhere. Because when you look at Manchester United and you watch Barcelona and these clubs, you know it's a $1 million or $1 billion empire. And these teams are owned by oil giants and whatnot. But the people have the power, and that's what people don't understand. We, the people, have the power. So from the community, we will be able to have our own teams and take it to a whole new level. And we have the people have the power. So we have the numbers. And once you have the numbers, it comes like you have the army, and the army is the foot soldiers. So it will just take $1 just to move forward. And then you will see everything will just start to come forward. Then it will just start to happen eventually. So we're just taking it one day at a time. One day at a time is connecting everybody. And then we will move forward, and we will march like a marching band going forward.
I'm so interested in this, and I know Cheryl would be the president. I know.
Yeah,
Cheryl would have a team. I can already see them. I know them, all of them here. And African spirituality would have a team. I know we
yeah,
are the Anunnakis. Yes, you know it already, my darling. We are. So
yeah,
you say no. I mean, Damien, you're going to come on next week again. I know all these weeks you're
yeah,
going to be on,
yeah,
but
definitely.
we need this plan. We need this plan, like we say that we are looking for.
Yeah.
We're looking for
So,
alternative
so
sports
Susan,
tourism, like
and
Susan
that's why I'm
Tata
so
team.
anxious at this. I'm very anxious, and it's an honor. And that's why I'm reaching out to all your viewers and everybody. It takes us. It just takes one person to make it happen. You have 50 cents, 50, and I'm literally talking about 50 cents. I'm not talking about 50,000 or 50, 100 million. You have 50,000. We will just organize everything in a proper format. You understand what I'm saying, Susan? And to the viewers, we don't need $1 million right now, because we will get the $1 million. We just need to unite. We just need to show that we are our brother's keeper. This is the time now. If you all looking at that, how the world's spinning right now, is either now or never, because people are dropping down like flies around us. So we must make that commitment. And in this commitment is with the team now. When it come out from the community now, everybody will have a share within the team. You understand?
Yes,
And you'll be able to leave something for your kids. You understand? For your children. Because they say a wise man provide for the third generation. So let's do it. Let me provide for the third generation. We cannot be selfish and think of us. You understand? Because I read something the other day where it states a person who do not give and always with the hands fold is a person that will be forgotten like yesterday. But when you
sure.
give, you will always be remembered, because the person that you give will always be able to tell the legacy. But when you selfish, you die with everything. You die with your wealth, and you'll be forgotten. Dust in the wind.
Um, Damien, I still want to get this point. I want to. Sinovia, thank you. Riley, David Wine, all of them are coming. Ennis Parker, African Olympics. Exactly, that's it. Damien,
Yeah.
no,
Mm-hmm.
let's get this thing straight.
Yeah.
Now, when you say we need a 50 cent or $50, and like,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked the question. For instance, I want to have a team. Pan African Daily TV is already
Yeah.
this is our sport. This is our sport concept. And I know you met
Yeah.
us last year with this Empire Dreams
Yeah.
concept to say you want to give something back to the continent in which Africans themselves build this wealth through sport and own it, whether it's all type of sport. So,
Yeah.
what is the procedure? You talked about we have to pick, we have to not select, we have to take like the vulnerable children from the street, those that cannot, and we start doing some kind of trainings. And after that, is what? Can you just explain how we will have to do it?
All right. Well, taking the at-risk youths off the streets, because guys want to live. I don't think anybody want to die. So, and it's because of circumstances, some of these guys end up into crime. But the true passion may be football, maybe basketball, swimming, so forth. So in building and going forward, we have a training day we set aside where we want to have the players, and we have them
Mhm.
come out to scout. We'll have our scouts coming out to watch the players. And from there, the community actually will be able to judge. So I have a unique way that how they getting the community involved, and the community will actually place, let me say, place $1 on a player, and it's going back to the family members. So your first investors is your family, then it will be your friends, and then the community, and it goes on a whole broader scale. So when we
Mhm.
gather all this on a player now, let's say the player have the ability to play the football, they make the team now because of the community vote. You
Mhm.
understand? So it will be part of the community. So let me say it's under Pan African Daily TV. So although it's under Pan African Daily TV is the franchise, so the community will also have a percentage in the team also. So it's a win-win situation for everyone, not just Pan African Daily TV, not just the player. So the community will be able to invest also and have a long investment. They will have a share. So every time the team makes money, the community gets something. Every time the team makes money, Pan-African Daily TV gets something, and so forth. So, and they're taking this whole format into investing in ourselves, in the community. So brands now, when brands come on board, and like you said, the big brands, they invest also. So a percentage, you'll be able to steer it in your direction. So the big brands wouldn't be able to say, well, hey, listen, we're going with the whole lion's share. You understand? So when the brands come in and they invest, you'll be able to sit around a round table and have a voice because you already create a proper structure. Brands like to see when you have something going for them to come on board. You understand? And once you have a proper structure, you'll be able to create your own future. Yeah. So the strategic way of getting the fans involved, so we can talk about it on another date, and I'll put everything down on the table and we can go forward from there. So it's getting the fans involved, and the fans is the community. The fans is everybody, the viewers, the from the diaspora and so forth. And that's the unique way of signing up to be a fandom. So is wherever community you're from to, you can reach out to that community, and we going forward. And we have people placed in strategic areas and going forward and making it happen. And then the government involvement, of course, the government is a crime preventative measures. So the government now would be able to put something, they will be a stakeholder and invest in the players also. And they will get a percentage, because most of the time when the government put money, they look at it as we waste money there, because most of the time it still have high crime and the taxpayers' money just keep going to nowhere. So when the government invests, they get a percentage, they make back the money on that player. That player now, the money the government make now, it will kind of ease the government purse. They won't have the bulk of the burden. It will go back to invest in another child in coming forward. And it will be able to help with agriculture, because there's always a nation that can feed itself will be able to strive to the end, to the passage of time, through the passage. Absolutely. Because, agriculture is a must. So sports, tourism, everything goes with agriculture. And with sports tourism, you must have buildings, which is hotels, you understand? Because the media, let's say a World Cup, I'm looking at FIFA World Cup. You know how much money FIFA World Cup makes, and how much tourists that's coming to a World Cup, because they must put money to build the thing in a proper format. So it will be millions of people coming to these countries and whatnot. So you have to have proper infrastructure to host these games, and for accommodation for people to stay and whatnot. And big time athletes, let me say like Cristiano Ronaldo, the Messis, and the Didier Drogba would be able to invest, and they will have a home and where they can go into let's say Cameroon, to Gambia, to Nigeria, and they would be able to live comfortable and so forth. And even community members who also invest, I will show them also how you can be a simple person now and be part owner of the team, and you have shares in hotels.
Okay. I like the community aspect of it, because that's us. We love the community aspect of it.
Yeah.
We are still on the idea of really looking for how do I want to say? I was just saying it. I'm really asking myself, is it what to invest anything in this if we haven't fixed our situations? But like you put it, if it's a community venture for the community to grow and stuff like that, bring us the plan. Let us examine it on the Pan-African Daily. They're all here. And they will give our feedback to it, and we take it forward. So like you said, next week we can talk about, how, for me, the plan sounds good. Like we know everything is. Because it's going to help us to unite, but it's also going to help us to navigate. Like, we have teams that will be coming from all the diaspora and community. And this is exactly one of the critics that we're criticizing AFCON. Do you look at AFCON like really something that can unite the nation? Like they put it, some say, oh, it's a Pan-African solution. When they don't think about us, there's no team that left Caribbean or something like that. What do you think about this? What is going on the continent now?
Yeah, I think what's going on the continent now, we as with so many problems that we face right now, and I think is the sports as a solution, it will solve most of the problems. And I'm looking at Didier Drogba. I think in 2005, he actually stopped a 3-year-old war just before they qualified. So most of the problems that we face right now through sports would be able to kind of curb a lot of problems in Cameroon, in Nigeria, and so forth. But we just gotta be willing to we gotta be willing to do it. And enough talks. Come. How much time we can talk? And that's understand the time is now. COVID is killing people, and this is killing people, and that. So, and we don't know what is the truth. You understand what I'm saying? So we in limbo. But we want to make a statement before we leave this earth. So we want to leave something strong for our next generation. So we don't want to steal from them. Because if we think selfish and we just think about us, it comes like we're stealing from the next generation. And we don't want to do that. We want to invest in ourselves. We want to make things happen. And it will prevent hatred amongst ourselves and whatnot. And we'll be able to love. And for you to go to love your neighbor, you got to love yourself first. So it starts with me, and everybody have to see themselves as a part of the puzzle, because we are a part of the puzzle, and we just got to go forward and just do it.
Absolute. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I mean, very, very, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm laughing because of some of the comments. You are very on point. You're very on point. Your comments are very positive in here, and everybody's like, yes, it's so true. We have to engage in this kind of, particularly when it comes from the diaspora. You see, this is one thing that I was saying. Our solutions from the diaspora for the one Africa that we're building, Africans worldwide, right? And so you wanted us to start. When do you think that, I mean, we're in a new year. Do you think, when do you want us to start? When do you think we can start that? What do we need to
I am looking at August. I'm looking at August. Yeah, this year, August, to start that.
So we should be hosting the first national, what is that? How are we going to call it?
All right, we have to call it the Premier. It's a Premier League. So from various community. So we looking just like how all right, it come like the best of the best in the community will become, well, how to put it, they will go for in a tournament. They would be placed in a tournament, and now we'll be looking to vie against each other. So once we go up against each other, the best of the best within the communities within that country will, let's say, represent Cameroon. So from there, you'll go up at the best of the best in Nigeria, the best of the best in Ghana, and so forth. And then you will be placed in another league. So now you're representing Ghana, Nigeria, and so forth. And then the winners from there now would be able to go and play in the Caribbean. And so we actually forming a link. So we uniting the Caribbean, uniting, and even Europe. You'll be able to go and play Europe for the best of the best in Europe. And this now, you will actually build a big brand coming out from the Africa, and you'll also build a brand coming out from the Caribbean and so forth. And you'll be able to invest, and the players will have something that they could represent and call their own. You understand? So
sounds so good.
Yeah. So the whole thing about it is from communities. The community is the main foundation. We cannot leave out the community. And even though, let's say 20 communities play in Cameroon, and the best community that comes out to represent Cameroon, we got to still keep the league going with the other 19 teams within the community, because they are the foundation, and it's there the at-risk youths will be coming out from. But the team that representing Cameroon will not replace the national team. So it is just a club. So you will be represented, and we will be able to get the best players from the team also to play on the national team, to represent Cameroon, to represent Nigeria, and so forth. So what you're
I'm
doing
in.
is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anything that has to have, I'm in. And I
Mm-hmm.
think everyone is saying, Razi is saying our own national league. Yes. So
Yeah,
you said it's gonna start. I'm not a football, but I think Premier League, Primary League,
yeah,
like
Premier League,
primary.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right. So that's
The
gonna be the
African Premier
primary.
League, yeah.
Um, Damien,
Mhm.
this is
Yeah,
too good. The news, I mean, you see, followers are saying this is too good.
yeah,
Sherry is saying, Prescott, we need a business plan. Of course. And
yeah.
Sherry, even me, I'm going to place the business plan of Pan African Daily TV out
All
soon.
right, no
And
problem.
so all our plans, we have to put them. I'm talking to the community, to my followers here. We have
Yeah,
to put
so
a
you
business
definitely will
plan
have the plan
where
next
all
week.
of us, yes, where all of us. But the question I'm still asking, if you say we have to start in August,
Yeah.
what should we be doing now to starting in August means what? That we're already
All right.
playing now, or we need some selection or something, or what?
All right. Well, I don't know where the situation with COVID with certain countries. 'Cause I know that will be a deciding factor because COVID with lockdowns and it have like in my country, for example, Trinidad and Tobago, it have lockdowns and it had at one point a state of emergency.
Mm,
So, but now we supposed to be calling sessions. You understand? We're supposed to be organizing coaches and whatnot. So I have already reached out to coaches. I've already reached out to some brands and stuff also. You understand? But the main people is the community. And as I said, the community needs to get involved. And it's very simple. Every person within a community know of a footballer or know of a family member or friend who is trying to get to that next level. And this is your way of showing support. Say, brother, I see your struggle. I know you've been struggling for a while to become a professional player. So we will have like a voting system where we will be texting on that player. So I want, I call in a name, Ken. I want Ken to become the next professional football player. I'm saying here what, Ken, I'm putting $50 on you. So we'll be voting. So the community will be voting for who they want to see on the team and then
mm,
going forward. So it's an easy structure. And we don't even have to put the players out on the field to risk COVID right now. We can start that voting on the show itself on Pan African Daily TV like
absolute.
yesterday. You
That's what I'm
understand?
saying.
We can
Yes.
do that. We can do that tomorrow and all. We can start the voting system tomorrow on the Pan African Daily TV. So I am calling on the Africa that we want. We have the opportunity right here and right now. We can call Samuel Eto'o. I'm calling all the players, Didier Drogba, and all these past players. Let's do it together. And we're not going to put the burden on Samuel Eto'o and say, you are a millionaire, you have to come and put $1 million. No. You understand what I'm saying? We just need your support, lend your support, and we need the influence of these guys also. And that's it. It's simple. And we can start that system like tomorrow. That's how serious it is.
All
On the
right.
Pan
I mean,
Daily TV, Pan Africa Daily TV.
yes.
Yeah,
I still go back to my queen, to my princess, is saying, can we sponsor a player? So
definitely.
okay.
Definitely. So we would next week I'll be able to talk about the platform and coming into the platform where you can be able to sponsor a player in going forward. And the player family would be able to put and the community would be able to put and invest in the player.
Yeah, but we need to first of all, I
Mm,
know we talked about this. We need to first of all talk
mm,
about the voting. For instance, if you look at the story of Samuel Eto'o, I
mm-hmm,
mean, you know, an uncle or someone in the community just saw how passionate and how good he was,
mm-hmm.
and bought him sport
Yeah,
book. And to today, he's the legend that we're talking about, right?
yeah,
Or all of them, they have this stories. So exactly, you're talking about that child in the community, in the neighborhood that and you know this child can make it. You
yeah,
see his passion, you already know that he could be good, and then you vote him, right?
yeah, definitely. Because it's, you see, the problem is people is be watching for big name players. And if you're an athlete, like I play football also. I train with the national team and so forth. I never make it to the next level because I had little issues dealing with and whatnot. But they will always tell you, all footballers will tell you who didn't get the opportunity and whatnot. They will say most of the time the system are biased. You understand? And most of the time the system goes with the person who already have a name. But the structure we'll be going with is the unknown player. So the unknown player will have the opportunity. And most of the time, the unknown player is the same person like Samuel Eto'o will tell you, hey, listen, I come from dirt poor. I had nothing. Nobody wanted to take a chance with me. People watch me as a stain on a football uniform that needs to be washed off. You understand? And because of this system, have gotten the opportunity of this person who have invested in me, had put me on the right track, and I'm here now. You understand? So, and one of the artists, Drake, he have a song where he says, started from the bottom, now we here. So there's no shortcut. We got to start from the bottom, and starting from the bottom is getting the community involved. Once the community involved, we have no problem. So we will be able to invest in the unknown child. Just $1 you can start with, and I'll show you how that dollar will trickle over into 5 million, 10 million, and you and all won't be able to believe your eyes, and it will start a ripple effect, or they say the butterfly effect, where you feel it all in from Ghana to Zimbabwe to Cameroon to the Caribbean. You understand? You'll feel it all over. You'll feel it in Europe. The effect will just keep going. You understand? And all players will stand up. All players will come out, and the wealth will be able to gather within in these communities that will be able to support the players, support the team, support building of the stadiums, and going forward. And they will have, before you know it, you will have your sports tourism and your sports city. And when I'm speaking of sports city in the community, not every community will have a sports city, but the country will be able to have a sports city. And the sports city was, you would be able to have hotels, a chain of wherever big time hotel might be in there. You will have a gas station, you will have groceries, you will have high-end houses and so forth. So with these things now, your country would be able to prosper, because sports tourism year long, you'll always have games that the stadiums will be able to be filled, and tourism now. So you'll have rent a car. So if I'm going to Ghana and I book up, I would be able to go to a football game. When I spend my money to go to Ghana, in the hotel fees, I pay for the hotel. I'll be able to go and watch a game. I'll be able to go sightseeing. I'll be able to rent a car. So everything will be in a bundle. You understand? That will be able to gross economical wealth for the community. And everybody would be able to have a share in it and going forward. And Susan, just picture in a community you have bike trail, because you want to do it in an area where it's close to the beaches, where it's a forested area, where you can get up in the morning, you can go on jogging. You know, tourists love these kind of destinations, where they're just bonding amongst the nature on a seaside, and these things can happen like yesterday. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Is it going to be only about the soccer games or the sport?
It's sports on the whole. So we're looking at all sports. So every sport, let me say from Cameroon. So let me say your tongue in, let's say in Cameroon. So let me say I'm just looking at the Susan Tata show. So let's say Pan African Daily TV in Cameroon in a community. So let me say football. So football, it would be football, it would be basketball, it would be running and all these things. So it would be, is a group of sports, it's every sports. And it's one logo. We're not going to have cycling have its own logo. Track and field have its own logo. That's where the division comes in. It will be one logo used for all sports. You understand? So if I am a footballer, I am mingling with the cyclist because he's part of the fraternity. I'm mingling with the artists, even a reggae artist who singing reggae within the diaspora or within the African continent or whatnot. So is everybody coming together, down to the designer, to the shoemaker, to the glasses, everybody would be one. So we investing in everybody. So everybody would be able now to pool our resources and we make it whole. You understand?
Wow.
Yeah.
What about women?
Yeah, of
Athletes,
course. Yeah, of
swimmers, and
course.
that.
The women league will start the same time along with the fellas. Although I didn't mention it, but the women league will start the same time. And one thing I would like with the women, I would like the women to be paid equal share, just as the men. If the men making 5 million, the women making 5 million, the same amount too, because I find one of the problem is women don't get exposure in sports as much as men. You understand? And they make a division and they say, hey, listen, salary cap. This is salary cap for the men. The men making 20
Oh.
million, the women making 2 million. It's supposed to be even across the board.
All right. Go Balance is asking, instead of building hotels and stuff like that, would it be possible that we could put our concept to build schools?
Yeah, definitely. Schools, hospital, everything. So that's our own, that's where the sports city comes in. Because when I say sports city, sports tourism, you should not leave there to go for anything. You fall down and you burst your knee, everything, you go to a hospital right within the city. The gas station, the grocery store is a city that you don't have to live. So it's a city within a city. So you have everything right there. You have schools, you have hospitals, you have everything right there. Yeah, so you must not leave for anything because everything is right there. So you will be able to support everything right within your area right there. So if I'm from this community, I don't have to go outside to get a work, to do this, to do that. With factory work, everything would be right there provided.
All right. Lawrence is asking, is this a tournament? Could you say this is something like a tournament?
No, a tournament, when he have to define the word tournament, because sometimes when you say tournament could be like, let me say the World Cup is a tournament, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I want it to be a league itself run year long. You understand? Just like the Barcelona league, the Spain, the La Liga league, just like the Premiership. It shouldn't be where it's annually or every 2 years or every 3 years like the World Cup. Because I think the World Cup is considered a tournament. I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, then if I stand corrected, if anybody could come and tell me different, but I want it to be like a league where the league will actually sustain itself and going forward. You understand? So it's self-sustainable. And it's self-sustainable because of the contribution being made and proper investment. And when the brands come in from the community, everything will just roll over and just smooth itself out. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. And we're going to get like awards in. Okay, so I think while Pan-African Daily TV Sports News, exactly,
Yeah.
NS, you right on point. And you were just
Yeah.
speaking as if you're joking. We're gonna have this kind of,
So,
I don't know,
so Susan.
this kind of huge studios where now it's
Yeah.
sport news. This is really
Yeah.
Pan-African sport news, and
Yeah.
Damien is the
Yeah.
correspondent here.
And I'll tell you something, Susan. And the way to go is, Susan, the first thing that that could link all these countries is like, just like how you say America's Got Talent. You understand? We do it in a format where it's like on a game show. You understand? So the different community do its vote, have its voting system. So let's say Pan-African Daily TV, that's what we're going to do. We're going to start it on Pan-African Daily TV. So our first vote, and we'll be able to look into, let me say, Jamaica or Barbados or Grenada and the islands, because now we'll be able to talk to them. Our host will be able to talk to somebody in Trinidad and Tobago who is hosting the live show with the sponsors, the people in the community texting and voting on their players, and we can see how far they're getting, how far they're reaching. And then we can tune back to Cameroon, we can tune into Ghana, you understand? And the excitement is we actually saying, hey, listen, we know that we're going to have the best team in this league. You understand? Because we done see our players in the community. We done pick the best of the best. So Trinidad and Tobago community could be saying, hey, listen, we could send a message to Ghana. We're going to whoop all their butt. You understand what I'm saying? And make it fun. So Ghana, and they now know, hey, listen, we're not going to lose to Trinidad because we're going to tell ourselves, who are you? You understand? We've been training. You understand? So we're making it into a nice little rivalry. But yet still we keeping the innocence that, hey, listen, we are all our brothers. But when we meet each other, we want to hear all the little smack talk you've been talking. So, if I have to play Trinidad and Tobago, then I must get out my group, which my group will be Ghana, Grenada, Zambia, and you understand, and so forth. So it will make it very, how to put it, interesting. Because the best of the best will play against the best in the Caribbean. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I was just I wanted to respond to Aheto. Aheto is just because Naisha stepped out, and so he was not pinning the messages. That's why it's not a discrimination or anything. We pin all the messages that, particularly when there are questions that are addressed to him or to the guest. But it's just because Naisha stepped out, and nobody is doing that job. So that's why you see I constantly put my phone on an to put it up there. Okay, just
Right.
back on.
Okay.
Okay, Damien. So for instance, I know that's the entertainment part that you want us to put, like if we're doing the voting, and then we're gonna have the audience to call in,
Yeah.
and then we can put some entertainment like music from their fashion or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And that's what
Wow.
I'm saying. So the young artists who want the opportunity to become a star. So that's what I'm saying. The community literally investing in themselves, So your artists will go perform on a show. You understand what I'm saying? So you need your artists to keep the crowd entertained at a halftime show. You understand? And it's everybody actually, so it's each one teach one.
Okay.
Then from the uniforms, you have a designer right in the community would be able to do the designs for the uniform for the players. You understand? So you're creating that platform, that foundation for your neighbor, and we are our brothers keepers. So it's all about us, and then going forward and building in this brand, and then after, when the best of the best now, because I believe the best of the best come out from these league now. After they done beat, let me say, Cameroon have beaten Nigeria and all these teams and end up being number one. So they are the champions of champion. They go on to beat everybody in the Caribbean. Then we can call out teams like Barcelona. We could call out teams like Manchester United and say, hey, listen, we want to play you all in a tournament, a joint tournament, because we know we have the talent that can whoop you all butt, whoop the Messis, whoop the Cristiano Ronaldos, and whoop you all. So now this is the chance now. Hey, listen, let's see who is legend, who are really the best. The unknown.
And we're gonna win. We are
Yeah,
going to
definitely.
beat them hands
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
That's for sure.
definitely. So the unknown against the known. Let's do it. You understand? Hey,
The
they have
unknown
nothing.
against the known.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah,
Mm. We can have a band perform yes, of course. Wow,
yeah.
it's gonna be a mega event. So I'm getting
Mhm.
excited, and I see all of them. I like your ideas.
Yeah,
Nigerian Champion Airlines.
yeah,
The
yeah,
names are
definitely.
already coming out. Real Israelites,
Yeah,
could be the names.
mhm.
I mean, this is so crazy.
Yeah,
This is beautiful. Yeah,
yeah,
why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Damien, I'm so excited like yesterday. I'm so
yeah.
excited like yesterday. I still want just to know what is it that we all right. When I know you said August. August is gonna be the overall.
August will be actually the physical meeting. You understand? So we
Yeah.
put it, yeah, the physical, but it can happen before August. But I just say August because I don't know the situation with COVID in certain countries. You
No, I
understand?
think I think we can start it digital. Everything is going digital. All
Digital,
events
yeah,
are putting it
definitely,
digital now because of COVID. COVID
definitely.
should not stop our
Yeah, so
vision.
that's what I'm saying. That's just for the physical aspect when we have the teams in a gear.
Mhm.
But right now, everything can go digital from tomorrow. Hey, it's just we to do it. You
All right.
understand?
So
Hmm.
if we're starting with Yes, education is definitely going to be a part. Of course, there's going to be a
Of
challenge,
course.
questions and answers. Of course,
Yeah.
Cheryl.
Mm.
I mean, when we start, I already have the part of the vision that you're saying. We're going to
Yeah.
go on a challenge and somebody votes for somebody. We're going to ask Pan-African questions, you know,
Yes. Yeah.
all these challenge things,
Yeah.
awards and stuff like that. Beautiful book sales and
Yeah.
issues, designers, all. We're going to
Correct.
merge everything. I know where the concept is coming from.
Correct.
Damien, next
Yes.
week we should start something. Do you have a team or something in like in Trinidad Tobago where you are? Because we have to do a sample, and then the
Yeah.
others will call up to it.
Repeat again, Susan.
Next week,
Mhm.
can we already do a pre-show? Like you already, we have talent from the community in the Caribbean, which you know, and
Yeah.
could we start something, or do we need a listing? I don't. I just don't
Uh,
know how we want to
all
start
right.
it.
Well, here what? Like let me take for example Jamaica. I have a good friend on board who is Dion Burton. Dion Burton played for Derby County, and he was very influential in carrying Jamaica to the 1998 World Cup. And the
Okay.
football nation know of Dion Burton. When I mention Dion Burton, everybody know Dion. Yeah, the football nation will know about Dion. Samuel Eto'o will
Yes.
know him, Didier Drogba, and so forth. Well, Dion loved the proposal. I sent it to Dion, so Dion is one of the members with us. So Dion now we express where we got Bibi Gardner. He's actually a footballer. He was a good footballer also, who actually
Mhm.
played in the 1998 World Cup. Is a good friend of Dion Burton. He's part of Usain Bolt team. We call it
Mm.
the A team.
Mhm.
So we reached out to a company, like I reached out to a company in Trinidad called Digicel. So I
Mhm.
did a sample of a designer who I have on board. I did a sample of a shoes where I call it like a crossbreed with Nike for Digicel. So I don't know if you guys would like to see it,
Do
and
you
I can.
have it? Show us. Do you
Yeah,
have it with
okay.
you?
I'm just resting down because after I was getting little problems on the laptop, I'm using my phone. So I'm just resting on the phone for a second and I'm going to get it.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. Okay, I'm coming
I'm
there
here
right
putting some messages and looking at the chat. Why Naisha joins us. Wow. Mr. Hillary is saying, have you reached out to Shaka Hislop, brother Damien Prescod? I think he will take that question when he comes back. Let him bring the shoe. Um, send protective equipment and computers. Yes, yes, of course. Geraldine Gagia is saying, wow, this one we have to grab it. Let's do some action, people. Let's just start with this one. Let's start with this one. And so that people can, we're not going to be described as the talk people. Let's start with this one. Let's start with this project because it's digital and we can connect the whole of Africa and the diaspora. That's what my problem with the face to face is. It's difficult that we can meet everybody in that space, but here we can sit at our we can do the donations, we can watch the event, and I'm going to get us a studio. I'm going to get us a studio for next week. I'm going to get
now.
us a mega studio where these things, like we're saying, all this African talent, we're going to do that.
All right. Well, I have here Susan. I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
This I have here is a company in Trinidad, but it's in the Caribbean, so it's Digicel. So I don't know if you guys seeing it. This is our soccer
Yes.
boots, and the name Digicel is on it. So
Okay.
yeah,
Hold it
so
in. Okay. It has a Nike on it. Yes.
yeah, I have a Nike on it. So that's why actually I have a plan for Nike also. So I have it's like a crossbreed, and I have another plan also for big companies in Africa
Mm-hmm.
who would like to come in and be a part of it. So big companies in the African and would like to invest, and it wouldn't cost them a thing. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't going to cost an arm and a leg. Mm.
Oh, all right. So,
Mm.
I think next week, when are you available? Let's already put the program, and
Yeah.
then we will start. Anu is saying, welcome, Anu.
Mhm.
Our own brand. Michelle is saying our own brand.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely, and that's why in the in Africa, it will all the big brands will come out in Africa. So all the African brands will come up because once we get this thing started, companies will come out. You understand?
Mhm.
So they're gonna want to be a part of it, and even small companies in Africa would want to be a part of it. So they will say, "Hey, listen, where can I invest? How can I be a part of this?" And we have everything laid out for everyone. So we ain't leaving out nobody. We ain't leaving out no one.
Yes, of course. The contract for the investors will have to. I mean, like all of we are already. It's a Pan African Daily family here. We have to see that contract so that nobody is getting an urge on us, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And that's where the foundation comes in. So the foundation actually comes in where, as I say, when the big brands come in, when you start the foundation and when we make it a part of the community, the big brands won't be able to dictate the pace because you already have your foundation and you
Yes.
already is a part of something great. But when you are not a part of the team and whatnot, well then hey, you have no say. You can only have a say in when you is a part of something. I can't be looking in from the outside and want to dictate on the inside. I gotta be on the inside, and that's what I'm saying. On the Pan Daily TV, we will be creating the platform where people will sign in and they will become a fandom. You have to be part of the fan base in order to go forward. If you don't sign in as a fan, then it stopped there with you.
Okay.
Because you must be a fan. If you're part of something and going forward, then hey, then we'll be able to gel. But you can't dictate a pace from the outside.
Yes. Okay, now I already get a lot of interest. Great Blackness is saying this sounds so good. How can I be an investor? He is coming up live next week. We have to do we have to see all that. Sherry already asked. We need a business plan for it. He already explained the modalities and how it's gonna go. I think even in case there's some information that we'll have to do it on conferencing. People that are interested, like for investors or people that say I want to be a part of this, that would be
Yeah.
private. We're not going to do it on YouTube. We're going to do it on conferencing app, our app,
Yeah.
where we do the webinar or the team on it, and it can take up to 1,000. You know that. So yes, these are spacious sessions when we go to talk about contract, talk about all those things. So we want to see the thing. We're not going to leave it on YouTube here. Come on, are we joking? Yeah. So um somebody is asking, I keep pinning the stuff, but a brother asked something that was very relevant about one of a prominent guests that is called Rightly. I don't know if I called the name. And this guy is amazing guy. He's doing a coding. I think he has a coding app where to connect everybody. So we can also get this guy on board as a sponsor.
Yeah.
We
Sounds
can
good.
get this guy. Yes, he's an African or
Mhm.
from the Caribbean or something like that. So we are going to
Yeah.
his project is called Triangle. We saw
Mm.
it on Swahili Nations a website, or this brother from South Africa on the Swahili Nations actually brought out that. So we're looking to get Riley on the show here and also to get him on board. So we're going to get all the Pan African I always think about my elders, that Professor James Small and all that. They're going to have their jerseys, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Everything would be branded from your jerseys to your socks, to your hats, to your sunglasses, and if you watch the format, people look at basketball, they look at American sports and whatnot, and American sports, the drills are endorsement, the shoe car clothes, and so forth. So what the jewels endorsement is what you put out. You
Mm-hmm,
understand? And the business aspect will become the jewels of endorsements
mm-hmm.
because they would want to have their brand shown in Ghana, in Trinidad and Tobago, in Germany. Everywhere the team goes, they will want to have their brand there. So
Yes.
they're gonna invest. There's no two way about it. So that's why I'm telling the community, hey, listen, because as I have little contacts to some of the brands, but we need to put the foundation down first. Because if I go to the brand, for the brand now to come in now, well then, hey, the brand will be able to control everything, and the brand will be able to dictate the pace, the big brands. But if we get it started now, and we build our foundation, then hey, the brand now will have to sit around a round table and hear us out, or hear us also. We wouldn't be ignored. You understand?
All right.
So
Yes, I have this feedback that is saying, let's start from scratch and invest in our own brands. For
yeah,
instance, like we're going to talk to the Black brands, Black
yeah,
owned
no
businesses
problem.
all around on the
Yeah,
continent, and we forget about the big brands, they'll have to meet on the way and we'll negotiate at the price. But if we start from
all
scratch
right.
in our own Black owned brands, what about
Well,
that?
when all right. Well, that is even better. Because when you start from scratch and your Black brands come in, like small businesses come in and stuff, now
Yes.
they would be able to build their wealth in going forward. So everybody will be building together. You understand? So as you grow, they grow. So it's not, so it's each one teach one. So it's not nobody getting off on anyone.
Good.
Everybody will
Good.
start and run the same race.
Geraldine is already saying you already have a fan here. So
Uh,
we have to work. So Damien, you and I, we're going to get to work. If some people want to join us on this working committee, I don't know. We have to set up a team and work on the modalities and what is it that you want us to, or you already have it. You have everything. You just don't need
yeah,
us.
I have everything. Yeah, I have everything. So basically, as I said, I just stressing on the community, and I'm just stressing on the communities. I'm stressing on everybody, all who's watching, the subscribers, and all who's listening in, and would
Mhm.
like to be a part of it. Is everything right now? You can go with the word of mouth. You tell each other, you tell a friend, you tell a cousin, you tell a relative, and it will spread like wildfire. And
Mhm.
everybody know of a family member or friend who want to make it in football, who want to be a cyclist, who want to be a dancehall artist, who want to be a R&B singer or whatnot. You know of that person who is trying to make it into the mainstream media or whatnot.
Mhm.
So your investment starts within your house and your closest friends.
Mhm.
And we will meet them, we will see them, we will be able to connect with them. You understand? Through the Pan African Daily TV, we'll be able to meet everybody. Everybody will connect with each other. We're not leaving out nobody. So no stone will not be unturned. We will overturn every stone to find everybody who want the opportunity to play at that highest level. And
Wow.
I always go back to a quote from a deceased brother. So I don't know who we get it from, and I should look up the name and whatnot. But he says some dreams are so worthy, it glorious even to feel. So the time is now. We need to push now and make it happen. We can't wait for tomorrow. You understand?
No, 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 no. We're not waiting. We're not
Yeah,
waiting. I mean, I'm talking to the family. The family is watching here and like, oh, this is who is this prophet and who is doing such an amazing thing. Can you imagine that? Because this is gonna be our first project.
yeah.
This is gonna be our
The
first project
first
when we
project.
start
All
from
right.
scratch. And then we're not always going to say, oh, we come here and talk and talk and talk. Let's get
Yeah.
this going. And I know we can do it.
Yeah, definitely we can do it. Definitely we can do it. And I want to start. I want to say it. I want to say it on air. I want to be the first to throw in money towards it. And I'm showing you I'm going at a small scale. I want to be the first to throw in 2,000 US, and I'm just going to start building. And every month I'm just going to throw money towards it. So I'm showing people how consistency will make things happen. We cannot procrastinate because procrastination kills dream. So we have to be consistent. If you put in $2, just keep putting $2. You put in $10 a day, you will be able to put $15 a day. You'll be able to put $20. You understand? And that's what it's all about. When the voting system, when we start the voting, because we're going to start the voting, let me say month end or next month and so forth. Players want to vote for themselves also. Because if I'm an athlete, I might say, hey, listen, I want to be able to be in the top 20. So I might put out 500. I might put out 1,000 on myself. You understand?
Mhm.
So is everybody needs to be a part of it. Everybody needs to kind of create that positive energy to let that flow.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
know everybody's always like, okay, wait. Let me put this one out here. He said,
Mhm.
start a logo that will be used on all products. So are we starting with the logo? Or should you do you want to work on the logo and then next
Yeah.
week you're coming
Def-
on live on Wednesday?
yes,
So
definitely.
you come, you present the logo to us, and then we
Yeah.
say, okay, this, or if there's some modifications or stuff like that.
All right. No problem. Definitely. I have a
Good.
logo in mind. As actually, it's so funny that he mentioned that because just this morning I spoke to somebody who we talk about bringing the logo forward. So he said he have something for me to look at on Monday to see if I like it.
Okay.
But the whole mission is, although I have a logo in mind, this logo is just the brand stuff by the meantime. But the community for the teams will pick the logo. So we'll have a voting on the logo. So we will have people who like graphic artists within the
Yes.
community, and we will be able to pick on logo. People will vote on logo. We want to be able to give everybody the opportunity. So it's not just me, it's not just Susan, it's not just whoever say, hey, listen, I want to be a part of it and want to steal the show. Everybody will have the opportunity of getting involved, and their stuff will have the opportunity of being displayed.
Of
So
course, we're
even
a
self,
village.
yeah. So even self, your logo didn't make it to be the team final logo. It might be used elsewhere. A business might see it and say, hey, listen, I love that logo. And could we work up something on it and whatnot? It's all about getting it seen. If it's not seen, then you wouldn't stand a chance.
Wow. Okay. We all have to tune in on Wednesday because Wednesday is the day Damien is going to be. Damien, I just
Yeah.
asked. I didn't even ask your calendar. Is Wednesday okay?
Wednesday. I think so, but I'm not sure, but I could kind of play it open by ear, and we can send something there because Wednesday I have an important meeting to go to. But
No, 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 no.
let's
Or
push for when.
when can you be available next week? Thursday or Friday? I mean, you
Yeah,
have to go to
I
the
would.
appointment.
Yeah, I would say Thursday would be a good day.
Thursday. All right.
Yeah, Thursday would be a good day. Yeah.
Brother Ulrich is saying the first thing, copyright the logo. You think
All right.
about that. You already know it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Hmm.
Good. There we go. So, guys, you have heard, right?
Mm.
Chicks, you've heard. You've
Yeah.
in the African global village, we say chicks. When we used to say, I mean, they say
Yeah.
guys and girls, but
Yeah.
but in the village, we used to say this chick fine, this
Yeah.
chick.
Yeah. Well, same thing in Trinidad and Tobago. We said chicks also.
Ah,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
say this chick
Yeah. We
now,
say chicks also.
this
Yeah.
chick sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
So we have ticked it. We are meeting on Thursday and things that we talked about, logo. And even though you have a logo, but you say that we're gonna get our graphic, because I like it, the community spirit and the unity.
Yeah.
Every steps involves
The
everybody
community.
and
Yeah.
we follow it.
Definitely.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. We're not leaving the community out because the community is the foundation. So we want to give them the opportunity to be a part of it, from the logos to the trinklets to the socks. Everything would be branded. Everything the community will have a say in it and going forward. The picking of the teams, they will have a say in it, but the coach will have the final say.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can't interfere with the coach with his 11 when he picked that final 11. You understand what I'm saying? It will too much of politics will end up spoiling it. As we say in Trinidad, too much of cooks in the pot will spoil the whole broth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the community will have a say, a strong say in going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. A question. Do do you have what is it? Do you have a board set up? Lots of work to do, but we can do that. Do you have a board?
Yeah, I have a few people on board with me, and
Mhm.
as I say, we are open because I'm letting the public know that Susan Tata is also on board. We spoke about this, Susan, a while now. So,
And I have
but
my
we
jersey already.
yeah, definitely. So who would like to be a board member? That's no problem. We're not refusing anybody because, as we said, this is for us, and then going forward. So all the ideas, everything will be able to they'll be able to express themselves freely and get a
Of
say.
course,
And yeah,
yeah. So like me, I am on board, but then I can have my team because I know Cheryl's, I know
yeah, definitely,
all our queens
definitely.
here will be in my team.
Yeah, definitely. The whole team could be a part of it. That's what I'm saying. It's for everybody. So everybody would have a say, even your viewers who call in, who send messages, who subscribe, everybody will have a say. Every 54 countries will have a say, from
Sure.
Africa to the Caribbean and whatnot, to the diaspora, and also in the US here and stuff. You understand? So I'm in the state of Baltimore, and even Baltimore would like to be a part of it also. So I'm putting something for Baltimore. We actually has a black mayor here. There's Brandon Scott. So and he's really trying. He's making an effort in doing something for the community. In the state of Baltimore, they had a youth Olympic for the first time, where he was looking at using sports as a way to get the high crime down. So I have connected to the mayor of Baltimore through a guy by the name of Keelan Young, and also Calvin Young, and they are brothers, but their heart is with Baltimore. They know the whole structure of Baltimore, all the crime and all these black and black violence and stuff. And these brothers really have a heart in doing something great
Mhm.
to getting the crime down and using sports and getting at-risk youths off the streets. And World Cup 2026 will be in Baltimore also. The US will be hosting the World Cup 2026. They're bidding for it. So Baltimore looking to do something on some huge level, on a whole new level also. So hopefully I will get those guys on the show also, Kaylin Young, and I would love to get as putting it out there. So I would love to get Brandon Scott on your show also, the mayor of Baltimore.
Oh, wow. Of course they will
Yeah,
come.
yeah, definitely.
For us, we're good. We are the best. Africans,
Yeah,
we everywhere that we go, and our mayor is an indigenous, is
yeah,
one of us. Why not? We're
yeah,
so happy to have him and give him
yeah,
so much love here on the Pan African Daily. No, he wouldn't get it
mm,
anywhere. And we need to bring all of them. Bring all of them. You see the chicks in the house, and
yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely,
You see the
definitely.
chicks in the house. We are here to warm you, to pamper you, to
Yeah,
give you all the love that
yeah,
everything that you want, right?
yeah, yeah. So big things happening, and even Caesar Kijana, who we have spoken to a while now. So he and all have some few ideas. He have reached out to a few investors and all to take this whole project to a whole new level. So we've been
Mhm,
in talks, and Kalen Young, who I told you, he's connected to the mayor. He's a lawyer.
mhm.
Calvin is equity. He's the vice president of an equity firm. They are twins. And those guys, actually, Calvin run for mayor, I think is in 2006 or somewhere around there. I can't rightly say right now, but he did run for mayor. I think it was 2013, somewhere around there. So these guys are positive guys, and they want to do something great, and this is the opportunity. So we
Oh
actually
yeah,
reached
so
out.
they have to
Yeah.
start bringing back. They have to bring
Mhm.
the reparations in one form or the other. If they just need
Yeah,
to bring invest in the in projects like this that go to benefit the communities and our young people, taking them off
definitely.
the street, creating this job, and even the best part is just the unity. Oh, the
The
unity and the
unity
community
and the
spirit.
unity. Yeah,
Oh,
this is
we are on it.
unity, strength, and strength is power.
Yes.
Mhm.
Good. I have a question. Damien Prescod, what does it say here? What about a Pittsburgh Steelers?
Excuse me?
What about a Pittsburgh Steelers? Who is that?
The Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, okay, okay. Well, it's funny that they mentioned that the Pittsburgh Steelers is the American football team, the Steelers. And
Okay.
and Susan, I did send you a proposal, right? Where even from Africa to the Caribbean and stuff, where we can use like with the sports city, you can have like American brands like big football teams, they can use the facilities in the off training because, you know, America does go through the period where it's cold and they can come to hot climate where they could be able to rest up and, you know what I mean, and kind of just soaking in the sun, go to the beaches, bike trail and all these things. So you can have big brand like the Pittsburgh Steelers, and American football also could come into Africa, into the Caribbean, and where a new sport could be taught, and you will have great players coming out in other sports. So we just don't have to look at soccer alone. So the Pittsburgh Steelers is a good team. They actually qualify for the next round. So I know this person into football, American football. Yeah.
Good. You see, and then we're going to get our intermarriage also between you. Can you imagine?
Definitely.
I know
Because
you didn't get that, but it's okay. I mean, the family understands it so well, and it.
Not catch on, Susan.
it Good. I think we have had we really needed this energy, particularly diaspora solutions that are for unity and practical solutions. And now we are having one of the first sport events that we would start on the Pan African Daily TV. It is a pleasure. It's a warm welcome that we and saying yes. We have to start it. We have to stop speaking too much, but do something. Put out a project out there that would connect, that would unite our voices together, and not just the AFCON and the 54 African nations. No, that this is going to be the real thing. When we talk about sport, I mean, this is the Ubuntu-ness in the sport. This is the Pan-Africanism in the sport. This is the one Africa for Africans worldwide in this kind of a sport. These are the event that we can put our nose out there and put our mouths out there and put our money in it. Anything that the continent does without us is a no-go. So yes, I think it's good. It's a wonderful thing, and you've seen the comments, and everybody's like, yes, we validate this. We validate, is this our own? And particularly to start from a scratch, where we bring our own solutions, not just bring the solutions, but we bring practical daily life solutions. Like we really put something out there that we are going to look back and be proud and say, we didn't just not talk, we actually started to get to work. So Damien,
one brick at a time.
Yes. We're so happy. One step at a time. And a young king like you coming out with such a massive project. How long have you been doing this in the community in Trinidad? Just give us a little feedback of what you've been doing in this area.
All right. Well, back in was 2002, 2001. I actually left the US and I went back home to Trinidad because I was seeing with crime rate so high and you know, I mean, trying to do something big in the community. But because it had so much of politics involved, it kind of slowed things down. But I've been in guys will tell you back home in Trinidad and Tobago, where the crime is actually spiraling out of control. I actually been on the ground talking to what they call community leaders and guys who involved in crime and stuff, and just getting a feedback from them, what is causing the crime, why are the problems they're facing and whatnot, and trying to find the solution. And a lot of them, I do a little something with them where we had a little football team who was going and whatnot. And a lot of them I realized just love the whole idea of sports, playing football and playing cricket and doing something. And one of the guys was telling me, he said, listen, I didn't get up one day and just decide that I would like to go into crime. You understand? He's a product of his society. And he's saying, hey, listen, this is what he was showing me, the neighbor house. And you're saying the girl next door, she does deal with prostitution and whatnot. She didn't choose that life. You understand what I'm saying? Circumstances made her that way. And when I really listen to these guys, I say, hey, listen, we can't judge each other. You understand? Because nobody's perfect. So what we have to do is try to help each other go along, find the solution. So I've been on the ground, been talking with these guys, and I never give up on these guys. And I know some of them would figure, hey, listen, they used to call me a big man because I'm a size and stuff. So they'll say, strong man, fly out, and he go on to the US, so he forget about us. but I ain't forget about them. I still have them in my heart. I want to do something for my country. I want to take my country to a whole new level, and the African that we want, the Africa that we want, I want to see it happen in my timing.
Ashe.
You understand? While I'm alive, I want to see it happen. I want to be able to start that spark, and it becomes into a huge flame until the cities burn down, until it's whole fire, and be able to create through the fresh fire, as I say, create a whole new change for us and going forward. Yeah.
Beauty. We're not judging anybody. We're not going to
Definitely.
judge
Yeah,
ourselves. Of
definitely.
course, we have
Nobody
to,
should be
we have to
judged.
come up to support one another, help one another, grow together, and prosper.
Definitely.
Because that is the spirit. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. We need to help each other. And we need to know that, hey, listen, if I am down, I need a bread, I need a tin of milk or something, we need to know that we can reach out to each other. So even on the Pan-African Daily TV, as I say, I would like to send money. I would like to start something that it will help feed the hungry. So if somebody who is subscribing and they can call in and they can say, Dr. Susan Tata, I haven't had milk in a while, I haven't had sugar in a while, my kids and they hungry and whatnot, we can be able to do something. So it's all about togetherness. So we have to make sure and be there for each other in going forward. Because if we can't be there for each other, then who will? You understand? So who will? And it starts with us. And we have to start to look at each other as in-house. You understand? You is part of my house. So wherever you do affects me. Wherever I do affects you. Because we all are connected. So we have to take ourselves and make sure and help each other. So we have to always keep ourselves at a high standard and nurture the ones that coming up because they're looking at us.
Ashe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. I think we'll be rounding up. I know that we miss each other so much. We're already more than
Yeah.
more than 2 hours into the
Yeah.
conversation. Tomorrow we're going to be live again with Dr. Reverend Nina Na. Normally it was his day today, but because of the of the show that we pushed forward, we rescheduled for today.
Yeah.
That's why he also is gonna be doing the conversation tomorrow. Please make sure that you are connected. I mean, we are back to work, like I said. Every day we're gonna sit here. Apart from Saturday next week, I've been invited to shoot an event in Belgium community, African community. I've been following Pan African Daily TV for so long, and they have a ceremony that they would like us to cover that ceremony. And you see, so now the Pan African Daily TV is really going to be on tour, like
That's nice.
exactly like you said it already, brother Damien, that this is a media that has to go on tour for events, cover up, cover up events, of
Definitely.
course, but we know we really not just too much into that because we have to build ourselves, we have to organize ourselves. But of course, just put it on your calendar on the 22nd. And Sunday will not be available because we'll be on this, and we'll bring the production, of course, to you, what the community in Belgium is doing. And we're going to start this challenge also, which African community is actually, promoting the One Africa agenda for Africans worldwide. And so we're really going to be more active into such kind of communities, and also showcasing the diasporans that are doing amazing work in their own communities, not just only on the continent, but in their own communities. Like I said, we really have to maybe start opening the eyes of our people on the continent to see what they are really losing, what they are giving out to other communities. But of course, we do also know that the diaspora has invested in these communities where they are. So it's not everybody that we're saying we have to go to the continent together. Like we know, it is about the spirit where we are. If we are Africans in a community, we have to work together. So communities, we want to put them to work to prove which community is actually the best community doing these things, being one another's keeper, caring for one another. So we're going to be doing a lot of these outdoor shows on the Pan African Daily, but you all would follow it because we need to challenge ourselves. We need to put ourselves, we need to question ourselves. We need to see families, how they're doing, go around, meet the community, share their stories out here so that we are also connecting, not just Dr. Susan Tata and the team on the Pan-African Day that you see me, but you're also going to see the whole community in Germany, you know, families, children, parents, or their event in Belgium and Holland and UK and Caribbean and all. We have to start this kind of challenge, how more, all in the goal of unity, of unity.
Definitely.
Yes,
And
yes.
Dr. Susan, and also we will see that how together we are when the
Mm-hmm,
football is, when we start to build the franchise out of the communities, because it
mm-hmm,
will force communities to actually get together. It will
mm-hmm.
force them to actually work in harmony. Because if you're not working in harmony, then things would be haywire and you wouldn't be able to build your brand. So the team will stop short. So it will take a united effort, and a chain cannot operate without outside of its channel. So
Yep.
everybody have to be in that unity.
Mm,
Yes.
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
So
Wow.
we're gonna see who is the best community. We
The
definitely
best
gonna
of the best,
see the best
exactly.
of the
This is
best.
it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the best community, the best
Yeah.
village in the
The
diaspora, the
best.
best African
That's
village in the best.
definitely.
We are
Yeah.
going to see that. Most of us that, you know, because it's a catch strategy. Professor James Small actually put us to work on this and say, challenge the communities, not just
Correct.
challenge in like we want to debate on something, but it's a get back our community to us. We have
Correct.
let our people slip away our hands too much, right?
Correct.
We have
Yeah.
let them out. We've let them go. So even us talking about our leaders like they don't care about us, even us ourselves don't care about our communities. How do they do? How are they feeling?
Mhm.
Like we're talking about COVID. How many have been affected? You know, how
Yeah.
do we visit each other? How do we care? That
Yeah.
real care that we are there. We are showing it, not just talking. So we want to get a
Definitely.
little more busy. Yeah, COVID is not really that giving us a lot of possibilities in Germany particularly, but people are still moving, they're going to work. What are we
Yeah.
talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Correct. Correct.
Yes, business as usual. AFCON is taking place with 50,000, 1 million people in the stadium. What are we talking about here? I
Yeah.
mean, the system hasn't shut, but for some particular reasons and some particular class of people.
Yeah.
So let's take this thing out of our head. Let's take
Yes.
it out of our head. Let's follow
Mhm.
the measures that are taken, but we carrying on our work until we can do it no more. So I
Yeah.
think yes,
Definitely. Sounds great. Sounds great. I for that, and we definitely moving forward. Let's truck forward, one
yeah,
day
we
at a
wear
time.
our mask and go out. We wear our mask. We respect the social distancing, and
Yeah.
and that's why the digital version is so beautiful, right?
Yes.
And
Yes. Hmm.
we protect ourselves. But the love in sharing and caring for one another is the healing enough. A lot of people have been broken uh, through this period, right? We need to reach
Yeah.
out to them. We need to bond
Correct.
together, to bond
Yes.
together,
Yes.
and let's do
Definitely.
some community
Definitely.
work. And that challenge goes out to all of us on the Pan African Daily TV. If you are in your community, please post us videos how you visit your community. We're not going to be
Yeah.
everywhere, but we need to share these stories. Anyone, a friend at work, or anybody that you visited, please make this comment. We want to motivate and empower one another. Let's not go to that strategy. Oh, you want to show that you're the one that is doing. Yes, let's show it. Let's show it in a positive way.
Yeah.
Let's show
Correct.
that love. Let's challenge ourselves to that love. Why should we do other things in the background? Oh,
Yeah.
because oh no, they will say I'm doing this. Or they will say, you know what? We don't even worry about that anymore. That shouldn't be our business. Our business is unity, love, healing, connecting, uniting ourselves. That's our business for now. That's our job.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
So we
Going
want to
going
see most
forward.
of that.
Yeah. Going forward. We are our brothers keepers. So this is the opportunity, and let's see it. So
And you know what? When we start the community challenge, it's the same thing that we'll start the voting. You
yeah.
know, we
Yeah.
cannot just
Correct.
start something, sit in our bedrooms and just do
Mhm.
no, no, no. We have to go to the field to work,
Yeah.
visit museums, ask questions. What are our artifacts, our ancestors doing here? We need to shoot all of that video. We need to go out.
Yeah.
You know, if we're talking about our artifacts in the museums, we need to visit those museums, make those pictures, and ask those questions and bring it on board.
Mhm.
So
Correct.
yes, Yeah, everyone has a camera, everyone can talk, everyone can do a short video clip where we will upload it for the others. So we are into this
Mhm.
community challenge and we launch it out there, and you're gonna start seeing a lot coming up. So
Yeah.
we're not just going to take it when you send your video, we're going to upload it to the Pan African Daily TV and share it with one another. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see which one is going to be the best community that love each other and unite, and we connecting the communities worldwide. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, definitely.
Good, good, good. All right. So one last word, Damien, before we go.
All right, so I just want us and the community, so everyone who listening and just to hold each other accountable. You understand? Because we are our brother's keeper. So
Yes.
if you see myself messing up or I'm slipping, you know what, and you find that I'm too tardy or lethargic, I
Mm-hmm.
think this is where we need to come in and say, hey, listen, you got this. We've
Yes.
got this. We've got you. I have your back. You have my
Mm,
back. Let's do this. So, we got to motivate each other and we got to
yes.
keep trucking.
Mm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see families get together, please, for
Yeah.
dinner or whatever thing, and post those videos to us. We'll bring it up to the community. We just want to motivate and empower some people. There's some people that they don't even know how to do it again. And
Yeah.
then and we've been cut off too much. We don't visit. We don't. Everybody is just at its own corner. This pandemic of this connection has even cut so much on us. People are just looking at their own areas and they just have their peace and they say no, 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 no. That's a bad way of development and that's not African. We know it so well. We
Yeah.
need to go out. We need to hang out. So
Yeah.
share your celebration videos with us, people that you meet, make new acquaintances, people you've not seen for long. Call them. Call
Mhm.
them. How are you doing today? I miss you so much for long. Okay. Call them. Call
Yeah.
them.
Definitely. Definitely.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep. Of course, I am sharing my queen. I am so, so happy today. You see, and red is my
Yeah.
favorite because
Yeah.
Professor James already told me you're on the
Red
red.
looks good. Yeah.
Red is that
Red looks
favorite.
good. Red look
And
good
you
on you.
always see me. Oh, brother Leo Wright is joining us. Brother,
Mhm.
long time. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? He said, Unity is power. Thank you to have you here, and thank you to have all of us here. Tomorrow we are meeting. Probably we should meet a little bit earlier. I don't know. Tomorrow is Sunday. It's 12 p.m. Okay for you? What? Okay. All right. I was just listening to Iya, who is on the panel, and he's saying greetings to all of you, and that
Greetings,
you
my
should
brother.
not forget
Greetings.
his birthday is 18th of March, and he will be 18,
Wow.
just like Tubi was 22 in 2022. Yes, it's
Wow.
so
Wow. Well,
all right.
yes.
Bayete, my family. So we're going to meet us here tomorrow. I was saying 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is going to be 6 p.m. here. I don't know whether that is okay for you. If it's not okay, we're going to meet at the same time, okay? But just click the notification button. So even if I come up 12 p.m., which is 9 a.m. your time when you're drinking coffee or something, I could just bust up for, a midday ride with Prophet with Maponga Joshua, or just on the Pan African to touch base with those on the continent. Most of them already, when we're streaming at these times, they're really, really asleep. So most of them are asking that we could just do some spatial editions for them. And so I can come up even in the time where it's early morning for you. Click the notification, and particularly when we just want to share this inspiration and motivation, not just only conversations. Our conversations we'll be holding in the evening, but we just want to get up once in a while and give people exactly what to do. We need to see more people connect and unite and reorganize themselves and structure themselves again. Anything that has happened is the past. We need to come back together as one people. We have learned a lot. We have learned a lot. We need to come back, okay, and reconcile our differences and move on. So I say good night to all of you. Good night to you, Damien. You are
Yeah.
such an
Thank you, Susan.
incredible son of the continent. Your
Thank
vision
you. I
to
appreciate that,
start
Susan.
this event with us is a massive thing. So we thank you so very much. And we're sorry for the
Thank you
technical
too, Susan.
challenges that you met.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm sorry also. And thank you, Susan, and thank you for staying strong and being there for the continent also, because you have a big
Okay.
heart, and I acknowledge what you are doing,
Mhm.
and keep it up. Continue the good work.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Ligola, Ligola. Okay, I just see you joining. I didn't know that you were here. And Gizila Brand, Gizila Brand, thank you so very much for being here. Also, all of you that have been here, please bring your brands to the Pan African Daily. We promote them for you, Black-owned businesses and stuff like that. We're opening up a channel to do brand deals and also to host your event just at a little minimum price where we want to, I mean, of course, raise funding to support the Pan African Daily TV. We want to expand. We want to broaden our broadcast. We want to put a 24/7 content out here. Should be your content. Produce the content and I put it live. Okay, it's not just for me. So all of us are going to be creators on the Pan African Daily TV. I want to see more action. We want to see more action. I bring my own, you bring your own. So we see ourselves tomorrow, same time or earlier. Just click the notification button to get updates when we go live. We don't want to miss us again. Yes, Professor James Small is going to be on this week. I don't know when. He just called in as we were on the show. I have to confirm. Dr. Wade Nobles is going to be on. Dr. Jeffries is going to be on. It's going to be a whole January of expertise. And let me tell you one thing, like we said, now we have Damien, who is our sport and news correspondent. We can get orders, but we're gonna get permanent elders. I already renegotiated with them on our behalf without asking your permission, but I know everything. You've given me your veto to do that on all of us our behalf. And I really told them we need them more often. They have to create that time, not just once in a month. And they are a permanent of them that are saying, yes, we have to carry on this on a very serious note. Call us anytime, any other topic, even just to share a laughter. We are also there. So thank you so much. We see us tomorrow. Good night. Tukupa Maja. Tukupa Maja. And one more thing. Very soon we're going to start the pigeon conversations. You know why? I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. We have to learn pidgin. We have to learn. It's so essential and it's so easy. You know, we wanted a unique language. Pidgin language is spoken, I mean, across Africa. Even the French speaking African countries that have been complaining that they really follow us, but they don't understand us. Pidgin is it. Now you see other competitors. If you see BBC use pidgin English, who is he reporting to? It's not to Brits, it is for us, you know. So they take all the continent and they put it even in a unique language. So we're going to start pidgin conversations, and not just pidgin conversation. We're going to start pidgin language trainings. It is so easy because it sounds like, you know, they speak it in the Caribbean. We call it, I don't know how, everywhere. Pidgin is in its own format. And so we can start that one also to integrate even our mothers and our elders, because most of them can't follow us because they really don't understand us speaking always this strange language. So we're going to adopt Pidgin on the Pan African Daily TV, and we're going to be getting really exciting things, even if it's just sitting and teaching this pidgin for 2 hours, basic things. But it's so easy, it's so nice, it's so sweet, and so we can start decoding some informations when we get the pidgin. Our mothers want to come on board, and most of them, they don't speak English or this kind of high English that we do. So pidgin would be that baby. Okay, we already decided and we voted for it, and everybody was like, yes, Swahili is the diplomatic Pan-African language and it's the language of the continent, and we would take it further. But for us to be on a communicative level now, we have to start with pidgin. Yes, the broken, they call it the broken. They speak it in Sierra Leone, they speak it everywhere. They speak it in Kenya, they speak it in Cameroon. Everywhere they speak pidgin. Even the French speaking African countries speak pidgin. Let us start, and we'll be having some conversation or some sessions really with pidgin. When I don't hear, no, that is it. When I don't hear, we go start pidgin. we go start pidgin conversation on Pan-African Daily TV. Una don't hear?
It sounds similar to the older folks in Trinidad and Tobago speak it. It's called patois.
Yes, patois,
Yeah,
exactly. In Trinidad, you
yes,
call it patois, but we
yeah,
call it pidgin. And in most of
mm,
Western Central African countries, they speak it.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And Ano is saying Nassau, Nassau.
Mm.
Yes, when I don't hear pidgin, we go talk
Mm.
pidgin. You hear we go talk
All
pidgin.
right.
It's simple. You hear it. We go talk, like
Yeah,
we will talk, but
yeah,
we go talk. So it's
yeah.
so easy and it's so nice. At least we can get a common language where we can share some other things. But we'll start teaching it also. We'll teach it, and
Okay.
before you know it, is the language of the day. Okay,
Mm.
yes, so and yes, so yes, so. So good night to all of us again once more. We see ourselves
Mm.
tomorrow on the Pan African Daily TV. So much love to you all out there. Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye. Take care.
You are watching the Pan African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want: unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherland's calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa.